Hi there, I'm Jen, this is Remembered Reads, and this is going to be day 2 of the 12 Days of Litmus. The 12 Days of Litmus was created by Adrian and Dalton from Stripped Cover Lit, and I will link to their announcement video below. This is a 12-day video challenge that is meant to sum up the past year in reading and in booktube. The day 2 prompt is the best writer that I read for the first time this year. And I'm not going to pick a debut author for this, I'm going to pick someone that I kind of can't believe that I hadn't read before, and that is Octavia Butler. I listened to the audio version of her collection of short stories and essays Bloodchild earlier in the year, and as I was listening to it, it hadn't occurred to me that I hadn't read any of her work before as individual pieces of work, because I had read a number of works of analysis and of critique of her work, which gave me the impression that I was familiar with her, so I was basically walking around in the world thinking, I've read Kindred, and I haven't read Kindred. And I've read The Parable of the Sower, and I haven't read The Parable of the Sower. So it was eye-opening to me. And as all of the critiques that I had read imply, Bloodchild was brilliant in most parts. As with most collections, there were some bits of unevenness to it, but both the title story and one that came later on, which was about someone who'd been tortured by aliens who became a translator for them, they were really impressive pieces of science fiction that deals with social issues and gives you both fun and commentary. So I'm glad that I finally remedied the fact that I hadn't actually engaged with any of her work on its own as opposed to being filtered through criticism, and I'm looking forward to reading more of her stuff next year. Has that happened to any of you? Have you ever read someone under the impression that you had read their work before when it turned out that you actually hadn't? Either because you had a similar experience with having read analysis, or just because you'd seen adaptations and it didn't connect that you hadn't actually read the originals, because I know that happens quite a bit too. Anyway, that's it for today. Ciao.